aging isn't bad if you don't take it personally. That's the key. You know, treat it like pretend like you're Jeff Goldblum in The Fly and you're watching all this weird shit how you're like, oh my, get a leather-bound notebook, take notes, you know? Late at night, like, my farts smell like old books. But I'm not eating old books. This calls for further examination. Day 17 takes longer to stop peeing than it does to pee.
When old people say things like, oh, everything was better when I was a kid. Well, of course it was, you were a kid. Everything's better when you're a kid, right? Being old is the shit bit. Whatever's happening in the world, being old is the... I wake up these days and I go, oh, fuck, I didn't die. Got to do it all again. I'm usually hungover, headache, liver pains. I can't walk for the first 5 minutes because I've got no joints in the knees, right? I'm getting fat again now, right? Now, I was thin till I was about 28, like proper skinny, like 9.5 stone, right? Then I got a job, right? And the next sort of 20 years were what I call my eating years, right? And I just got steadily fatter and fatter till I reached a peak of unwellness and blobbiness when I was about 48 years old. And it was one Christmas, I was at home, lying on the floor, right? And I was saying to Jane, I'm having a heart attack, right? And honestly, my heart rate was like 130. I felt nauseous. I had palpitations. I was sweating because I'd eaten 11 sausages. True story, right? I was like one of them snakes. You know when you see a big, like, python swallow a pig whole, and then it's just fucked. It's just like, for a week, it's like a duffel bag, just there. That was me, right? And obviously I wasn't having a heart attack, but it worried Jane. She said, you've got to start looking after yourself. I thought, yeah, you're right, 48. So I started working out, right? I started working out every single day. I didn't give anything up, right? I don't eat meat anymore, but I was having like 2,500 calories, 3,000 calories a day, including wine every night, right? But I burnt it off the next day. Just so I could do all that, I worked out for an hour and a half every day, running, weight training. I had more time on my hands than the average person. I had a gym built in my house. I had no excuse. And I lost about 20 pounds, and it was great. But now, I still eat and drink too much, right? But I physically can't burn off the calories. I can't do enough because I'm so old and broken and tired. So I'm going to get steadily fatter and fatter again, and this time I am going to die. I'm losing the hair. It's getting really thin. I know it looks great for their cheers, but no, honestly, in a lift, right, with that light directly overhead and the mirror, it looks like an X-ray, right?
I had to start taking something at night because I was having nightmares as an adult, which is like when you get braces at 40, everybody's like, you're still doing that? It's like, yeah, I guess. It was embarrassing. And nightmares as an adult are so much worse than nightmares as a kid. So much worse. A lot of things are worse as an adult. I think we know that. Have you guys tried to give yourselves an adult pep talk lately? Yeah, it is laughable. It's impossible. You can pep yourself up when you're a kid because you still believe in stuff like Santa and magic and the government. Like, you still think there are forces at work for you, so you can shadow box in the bathroom mirror. Like, you're gonna do it because you're great and I believe in you. And as an adult, you're just leaning on that sink like, you're gonna do it because what other goddamn choice do you have?
We got young people in the house. Where's everybody 25 and under? Make some noise. Young people, where y'all at? Thank y'all so much for coming. We appreciate that, young people. Where's all the rest of us? Where's 25 and older? Make some noise. Okay, y'all grown in the motherfucker. I get it. Y'all grown. If we could tell you young people anything, we would tell you enjoy your motherfucking youth while you got it. Whatever the fuck you trying to do in your dreams and shit, do it right the fuck now. While your body is still with you. Because the rest of us would tell you this getting old shit is for the birds. That shit do not let off. Once it's on your ass, that's it. Your ass finna get old right now. It's fucked up. Fucked up. We didn't know it was gonna be like this. I used to laugh like shit at my grandfather making all that noise, getting out the bed. I'm over there judging this shit. Look at this lazy ass nigga. You know, ain't nothing wrong with him at 6:30 in the goddamn morning. Now we're getting older, we see. This shit is for the birds. Your mind is still young, but your body has checked the fuck out. You ever told yourself to get out of bed and yourself didn't listen? You was like, it's time to go on and get out to bed now, huh? I'm gonna go on and get out to bed now. I'm gonna lay here 10 more minutes and get my shit together. 10 more minutes. Your body has given the fuck up. You start getting older, you gotta change shit. I used to be able to watch TV all night long. Not no more. Now I gotta take my stupid ass to sleep. 'Cause these motherfucking commercials is too scary and too not specific. You scared and don't even know what the fuck you scared of. I know I'm not the only person in here who think he might, maybe, could possibly have mesothelioma. Though none of us know what the fuck it is.
Hey, I broke my foot. Yeah. That's how I started my year. I broke my foot. It happened in 2 parts. The second part was I slipped off a curb and I landed wrong. That was the second part. The first and most important part was I turned 53. That is the crucial part. Once you get past 50, everything's fatal. When I was in my 20s, I would walk into propellers and put some Bactine on it. I was fine. And now if a pine cone falls near me, my spine implodes. I don't know what, like that.
I'm getting older, you guys. I'm getting older. I mean, we all are. We're all getting older. But it's about me right now. I'm getting older, but I don't feel it. I don't feel like I'm getting older, but I am noticing myself starting to do older things. Okay? Like I'm noticing like the questions that I ask nowadays are like old people questions. Like, what time is breakfast? Do you accept coupons? You know, like stuff like that. And like my friend went to a wedding, right? And I feel like young people would ask questions like, oh, you went to a wedding? Was it fun? Was there an open bar? Did you meet anybody? Right? Like stuff like that. Me, I ask questions like, oh, you went to a wedding? Did they let you take the centerpiece home? How about the food? What kind of food did they serve? Was it like buffet style? It's the best. How about parking? Was it valet? Self-park? Ugh, brutal. I think I'm getting older because I'm starting to give way too many details to things, right? Way too many details. And I see my dad do that. He gives way too many details to stuff. Like, I can ask my dad a very simple question. Hey, Dad, are you coming to visit me this weekend or next weekend? His answer should sound something like, this weekend. Or, next weekend. No, not my dad. No, you ask my dad that question. This is the answer you're gonna get. Oh, well, hey, I requested time off from my supervisor. He trying to tell me that I didn't request the time off when I know I did. And then here he goes giving Diego like 2 weeks off. You're not supposed to have 2 weeks at a time, right? So I said, look, I'm gonna call my union rep, okay? It is sometimes if you just say union rep, then you get all scared. So I said, look, I'm gonna call my union rep. And then he goes, fine, you can have your time off, but he almost didn't give it to me, but then he did, but he almost didn't. So this weekend or next weekend?
You start getting older, shit change. You gotta deal with it. When you young, the only way you can hurt yourself is if you in an accident. You start getting older, you can fuck yourself up. Not doing a goddamn thing. You young, you had to hurt yourself to be in accident. You get older, you see your friend, he got A cast on all his ribs and shit. God damn, nigga, did you get in a car accident? Nah, I fucked around and yawned too fast and caught. I caught my body off guard. I wasn't stretching or nothing like that like I should. I just out of nowhere, y'all ripped all of that up right there. It's fucked up. So what start happening when you start getting older? You start getting older, shit that wasn't a problem is a problem. When you was younger, if you was 5 pounds overweight, all you needed to do was take one good shit. You was back at your original weight. I knew I ate a little bit too much 2 days ago. I knew that. You start getting older, if you let 10 pounds get on you, that bitch is there to stay. You like, when the fuck is this leaving? It ain't never leaving. You gonna have to keep on working.
I'm getting more scared. Getting older, I guess. Maybe you get more fearful as you age. I'm getting older. That's scary itself, getting older. Holy shit, I thought I'd at least have this year off. No. Older again. So fucking old now, man. Became so old this year. Became older this year. Done by you guys, but I became older recently. Became so old this year. Broke my personal record, actually, this year. Became so old. I turned 31 this year. Blech. I know, disgusting. Yes, you're right. Be sick. Blech. So old, 30 freaking one. I went into lockdown, 19 years old, now 31. Terrible. Awful, so fucking old, 31. This shit's nearly over, folks. This is my farewell special, by the way. Oh, yeah. I'm knocking on hell's door over here. 31, I'm so old. This bit annoys some people. You know, I come on stage and I say, I'm 31, I'm so old. And there's always a couple of people in the crowd like, 31's not old. Oh, shut up, 31's nothing. You're a baby. Okay, 31, give me a break. But they're always really fucking old, so... doesn't make me feel better. They're like 43 and shit, I don't care. Oh, forgive me if I take no comfort from the jealous face of death itself. Oh, Mr. Magoo and Maggie Smith think I'm a spring chicken. I know, right? I know 31's not like old, but it's not young anymore either. You know, it doesn't fizz with the excitement of the 20s. 31's a pretty serious age. It's one of the first serious ages. Life starts to ossify at 31. Shit starts to get serious. People start committing to things long term. You know, like I've got to that age now where all my friends have started having podcasts. So I had to have one too, just to keep up with the crowd, but I wasn't ready. My body's falling apart already, 31. Body's giving up a fucking ghost, man. Crumbling into a disgusting paste, this body. Awful, just gets worse and worse with every day. Every morning I wake up to a new leak on this ship. Terrible. It doesn't even have to make sense anymore, the shit that goes wrong with my body. It used to make sense. Back in the day, I'd stub my toe, then my toe would hurt. There's a clear line of cause and effect. Now, my body's skipped the first step, just straight to pain, unexplained. I just go, oh, why? My body's like, fuck you, that's why.
You know what's crazy is now I fall under the category of zaddy. I'm a fucking zaddy. Look. We're all cheering. Stop it. Stop not falling for it. There's guys that fall for that shit. Go to Instagram. Go online. You'll see it. You'll see a hashtag zaddy. And click that hashtag. You'll see a bunch of guys that look like me, just fucking stupid poses like. And then in the comments section, you'll see, ooh, zaddy. Okay, zaddy. Look at you, zaddy. I ain't falling for that shit. I ain't falling for it. You're not ready for zaddy. If you're in your 20s, stay in your fucking 20s. If you're in your 30s, stay in your 30s. You're not ready for zaddy. Zaddy's a special kind of fucking dude. Oh, but I want to be with Zaddy because he'll take care of me. You need to take care of fucking Zaddy, too. Zaddy got sciatica. The fuck you talking about? You're not ready for Zaddy. What happens if we hook up and I forget my CPAP machine? What the fuck are you gonna do? We hook up and I don't have my CPAP machine. I'm laying next to you just You're like, Zaddy! What's wrong, Zaddy? I need a woman with experience. I need a woman that knows what to do when something like that happens. I want to go out on a date, and then she's like, hey, let's go back to my place. And I'm like, I don't have my CPAP machine. And she's like, my ex had two. There's one in my closet. I'm like, ah, damn. I got distilled water today. What the fuck?
Because nobody thinks of themselves as old. The reality of your age just occasionally slaps you across the face. I did this benefit for a hospital. It was a fancy event. When I showed up, the woman running the event was like, oh my gosh, we went to the same college. She was younger, but we talked and we realized we hung out at the same places. And then at the end of the event, I was leaving and she ran up. She was like, I need to know what year you graduated college. And I was like, 1988. And she was like, oh my gosh, that's the year I was born. Slap! Right across the face. I didn't even know what to say. I was like, that's the year I was born too. She just looked at me like, that's not funny. And then I got in my car and stuffed food in my mouth until I stopped feeling anything.